Sometimes, the strongest people in the world are the ones you'd never think twice about, the quiet ones in the back, the ones who smile even when life is heavy. This story isn't just about a biker, a bar, or a torn shirt. It's about a girl who carried a truth on her skin that no one ever saw, until the moment it was forced into the light. And when it happened, the whole bar went silent, not because of what was revealed, but because of what it meant. Stay with me, because by the end, you will understand why nobody in that bar was ever the same again. The evening started like any other in Rusty Joe's Tavern, a roadside bar known for loud laughter, heavy boots on wooden floors, and music that never quite matched the mood. It smelled of spice, old leather, and grilled onions. Truckers, bikers, and locals came here to forget their worlds for a few hours. Behind the counter, Lena, a young waitress in her mid-20s, moved quietly and gracefully. She didn't wear makeup. Her hair was tied back in a simple loose braid. Her eyes had a softness that made people feel seen but never judged. She worked fast, moved light, and never complained, even when someone was rude, even when someone was drunk, even when tips were small. But Lena had one unbreakable rule: never let anyone touch her shirt. She always wore long sleeves even in summer, always buttoned up to the collarbone. And if anyone joked about it, she simply smiled. People assumed she was shy, or conservative, or hiding a tattoo from a wild past, but the truth was heavier than any of those. That night, a loud group of bikers rolled in, engines roaring, leather jackets, heavy boots. They were known in 3 counties, not exactly criminals, but not exactly kind men either. Their leader was Rex, mid-40s, beard streaked with silver, arms covered in ink, eyes cold as steel, the kind of man who didn't like being told no, especially in public. He slammed his drink on the counter, calling out, "Hey, pretty waitress, come here, Lena!" Came, as she always did, calm, polite. She set a glass in front of him. "What can I get you?" Rex grinned in a way that made others lower their eyes. "We heard something about you," he said, "that you hide something under that shirt, a tattoo, a mark, something interesting." The bar quieted just slightly. Lena smiled softly, same smile she used when hiding pain. "There's nothing to see, I just prefer long sleeves." But Rex wasn't satisfied. Men like him weren't used to boundaries. He reached out suddenly, gripping the collar of her shirt. "Come on, don't be shy, let the boys take a look." People froze, a few stood. The bartender opened his mouth to stop it, but froze again, uncertain. Lena tried to step back, voice still gentle but trembling now. "Please, let go." Rex laughed, and in one swift, careless motion, he yanked the front of her shirt open. The sound of the fabric tearing was loud enough to silence the jukebox. The shirt fell open, and what was revealed didn't bring whistles or laughter, only silence. Across Lena's chest and upper ribs were deep, jagged burn scars, discolored and uneven. Scars that told of heat, fire, pain no one should ever endure. The bar went still as stone. No one breathed. Rex's smirk vanished. Lena didn't cry. She didn't shout. She simply pulled the torn shirt closed with shaking hands, her eyes lowered. "I was in a house fire," she said quietly. "I was 6. I survived. My parents didn't." She took a slow breath, voice trembling but steady. "And I wear long sleeves because I don't want people to stare, or pity, or judge." Rex opened his mouth to speak, but no words came, because what everyone also saw, faint and small just above her heart, was a name tattooed in a child's handwriting. "Mom and Dad, I'll live for us." Something inside the bar cracked. Not a glass, not furniture. Pride, ego, cruelty, all of it shattered under the weight of her truth. Rex stepped back. His voice was no longer loud. "I didn't know." Lena nodded once. "No, you didn't. That's why people should be kind." She turned and walked toward the back room. No one stopped her. No one moved. For the first time, the loudest bar in town was silent. Not because I got embarrassed, not because the room went quiet, but because I was wrong. "And I hurt you." Lena watched him, saying nothing. Rex continued, "I thought I was tough, thought I'd seen pain. But what you carry, he shook his head. You're stronger than any man sitting out there, including me. Lena's voice was soft. Strength isn't about looking strong, it's surviving when you don't get a choice. Rex nodded slowly. That's exactly what I mean. There was silence, heavy, meaningful. He took off his leather jacket and offered it to her, not as a gesture of charity, but respect. You don't ever owe the world your scars, he said. But if you ever want to stand with someone who understands, I'll be around. Lena didn't smile, but something in her eyes eased, just slightly. Thank you, she said. Not forgiveness, not acceptance, but acknowledgement. Rex left the bar quietly, alone for the first time in years. Word spread not by gossip, but by reverence. People stopped asking about Lena's sleeves, stopped whispering, stopped assuming. They began seeing her, not the fabric she hid behind, and the bar became kinder, softer, more human. Because in one moment, everyone learned that the scars we carry do not make us weak. They prove we survived. In life, you never know what someone hides beneath the surface. So choose kindness always, because the moment you tear someone down, you might be tearing open a wound you can't understand, and one they have spent their entire life learning to live with.